Hey y'all, this is Stephanie with Energy Aligns. Welcome to my Thursday Tarot Insight. Every Thursday I come on here, I pull one tarot card that highlights and harnesses the energy of the collective. And then I talk about how we can really use the energy in our individual lives. So because I missed my last couple weeks of doing the Tarot Insights, I promised that I would come on here and do a longer tarot spread. So that's what I'm going to do today. So the video will be a little bit longer. It'll be working with 3 cards. And each of these cards will have a different meaning and are going to represent different things for us collectively. The first card is going to be about where we all are energetically as a collective, okay? It's just our check-in. It's kind of what I've done in the past. And the second card will be where we are going and what we are moving into energetically. So this will be some really good information for what's to come. And then the third card will be where we can turn to or where we can find support and what we can really rely on energetically during this time as we are moving, as things are getting a little bit kind of crazy, as we all know. So let's get started with the first card, which is the energy we are in now. The card I pulled is the Chariot. Take a look at this card, the number 7 in the major arcana. So just take a look for yourself and get a sense of what you see, feel, or intuit. And that helps you tap into your own deeper awareness, your own intuition around the energies of the tarot, and also just a good practice in general to start to tune into your intuition and awareness. And you'll start to have more trust in your intuition when you start to practice this. So the Chariot, what's happening? We are being moved. We are tuning in. We are connected, okay? We are starting to see that black and white are only concepts, right? Only ideas to keep us from kind of losing our mind if we were to try or attempt to conceptualize all that is. So we are spirits in these bodies. It would be too much for us to walk around with all the information being exposed to us of all the greater universe or cosmos, all the things working that we can't see. It's just too much for ourselves to be able to hold. But slowly we have been shown, we are being shown the universe or the whole is greater than us, that there is more to it than just our current day-to-day reality, right? That we live here on earth, and we are able to see and feel and understand more now. So there is more coming in, right? There's more coming in because we are evolving and expansion has happened collectively. This has happened organically, and it's happened because we, or enough of us collectively, or as a collective, have gotten curious enough. So there's 2 things happening here. There is a remembering right now of information like ancient codes inside our bodies, our DNA, and there is our evolution as spirits collectively in our bodies and also as a collective. It's all new and we are experiencing all this newness. We get to experience both of these things because we are energetic beings in bodies. This is just where we are. This is kind of the shakeup here. This is the weirdness or the uncomfortableness that's being felt now. We are all feeling it on some level, whether it's through our minds, through our bodies, through our spirits, or all of them at once. Personally, for me, it's all at once at the same time. And what I mean by a shakeup is that our ideas of duality, like black and white, this and that, is very much being challenged. And you can see this in this card, the information coming down and into this being here. So this being is connected, and you can see that the actual figure is kind of like, it's kind of human-like, but look closely, it's a little bit amorphous. It's just a reminder that we are flesh and blood. Yes, we have these physical bodies, but what is very much coming to the surface and attention now is the awareness that we are spirits in these bodies, right? It's not just the awareness, it's the acceptance of that. We have connections to things beyond and information beyond what our physical is. So the boundaries and the constructs of the physical are important here. So let's look at the second card, like where we're going. So where we're going is, and what we're moving into energetically is the Brother Water. And we have pulled this card before. This is the Minor Arcana card, and water represents our emotions, our emotional bodies, but also the flow of things that are underneath the surface of things. The unseen realms. So there's these unseen realms out here, but there's also these unseen realms internally and under the surface. What gives rise to our desires, what gives rise to emotion, gives rise to us to want to move in certain directions. Our intuitive senses also live here in these under the surface realms, in the water realms. And water, and really it's bringing our spirit down and into our bodies. You can see clearly in this card, that's what this card is really, really about. So again, we are energetic beings, and accepting it and knowing it. And here's the most important part, taking responsibility for it. Yay! Okay, so many of you know, but let me just explain it a little bit here. We are all made of energy. We are spirits, and we are divinity, and we are all that is. And we come into these bodies. We make agreements to come into these bodies here on earth in this lifetime, in this time. And we still have free will, but we come here to evolve, to grow, to learn, and to clear karma, etc., etc. And being in the physical body helps us evolve as spirits, as energy. And it also helps the planet. It helps the energy of the planet evolve. And it helps each other evolve. And it helps the whole system, the whole picture. How big can you see it, right? We can't see it all, but it helps the evolution and growth of all that is. So there really is no end game here. The game we're playing, being spirits in the body, this just is the game. And being in the physical body allows for boundaries and contrast to really exist, like the contrast that we saw in the first card. It allows our spirits to push up against energies in order to grow up. And the boundaries are like the dark and the light, the yin yang, the masculine, the feminine. These are all concepts that we saw in the Chariot that help us. They help us as these beings in these bodies. They help us conceptualize. They help us kind of understand and make sense of the push and pull and the dynamics of these as being humans in the physical body. And these concepts are everywhere when you look around. There's examples of them everywhere, right? And that's on purpose, in order for us to learn and to grow and to come into balance in some ways and get out of balance in other ways, and to go back and forth so we can find our balance and then get off balance again, in order for us to keep spiraling, again, rebalancing, reordering, and all for the growth and expansion of the whole, right? Let me get back to the Brother Water here for a second and just take a look. So we are moving to better understanding here in this card about the usage of our energetic systems. The energetic systems that are our bodies and that our bodies are designed to use. And this is like the chakra system, energy centers, lymphatic system, nervous system, circulatory system, adrenal system. Now, these ones are all on the physical. We talk about these, but these systems that help us maintain a healthy body, what they are really doing, what their main purpose is to move energy. And this is so cool. It shows it right here. So water is all about tuning into ourselves as physical and energetic bodies in more expansive ways. So it's all about our evolution. Yay, yay, yay. We're finally it's going to be the norm to talk about these things. Okay, I was so thrilled when I pulled this third card. This is the card that we can turn to for support, what we can rely on for support in these times right now. And as a collective are moving from the Chariot into the Brother Water energy that I just talked about. It's a huge collective transition here. And it's from the old into the new, and guarantee everybody's understanding that. We're moving from the old into the new in everything that we're doing. So it's the Hermit card. This Hermit card, take a look at it for a second. This Hermit card is the card for 2025. This is that year's energetic card. I was so happy when I pulled this because when you do some numerology in the tarot and you add up the numbers for the year, each year has its own specific card that represents the energy that we're going to be moving through. And this is it. This is 2025. So of course we can rely on this card. And you can also use this numerology with your own birthday to come up with your personal number for the year. It's pretty cool when you work with tarot in this way. So yay for the Hermit. This is the year. This is the energy that we can tune into and turn towards for support, for help. So the Hermit is all about standing in our wisdom and power and taking responsibility from a place of true knowing and certainty. So what does this even really actually mean? What it means is trusting deeply now. Trusting deeply ourselves, not just as walking, talking programs, right? Trusting our deeper selves here, okay? Using the energy that we're moving into as tools to trust our deeper selves. Truly, where energetic and spiritual come in. This is a major shift in consciousness where energetic and spiritual are coming in for us to access. And we all have access to this shift. So how do we access this Hermit? How do we turn to Hermit for support? How do we access this wisdom? Here we go. And I'll actually, let me add on to that. How do we take responsibility? How do we access the responsibility? So we access the truth of us by getting quiet and doing the work of self-discovery, of self-awareness, and the work of trusting our internal awareness and our guidance and our intuition, because it is real and it is true. We have been fooled into believing that we don't know anything. We have access to all of the information here. So leaning into the Hermit, really on a practical way, leaning into it looks like just getting quiet, quieting the body. And it doesn't mean just sitting there in complete silence all the time, although that's helpful. But what it does mean is quieting your mind and removing yourself, extracting yourself from all the noise that's going on outside. So we've talked about this many times in the past Tarot Insights. It's opening up our internal awareness, okay, and we're listening to it. So this could be through movement. It could be through a combination of a couple things, movement and meditation. It could be going on a walk in nature where you can get very quiet. You're allowed to be quiet. You're allowed not to be distracted. And so the second way we can tap into the Hermit card is by starting to ask your body questions, okay? Asking your body for the information. So what does it feel like? What is this thing? What does this thing feel like? What do I feel like? What do I feel like when I'm talking to this person? Or what does this person feel like in my body when I'm receiving their information? What does this food feel like before I eat it? When I look at it, what does it feel like after I eat it? And starting to really listen to your body is creating the awareness, right, of your body, right? We're spirits in this body. So we can't just be like all, in meditation all the time. We have to bring it down and in. So our body holds so much knowledge and so much information and so much intuition, okay? So the third way we tap into the Hermit card is by practicing trusting your intuition, trusting your intuitive voice, even if you really don't understand it or if it doesn't make sense sometimes. So the two and three of these practical ways kind of mix together because you're trusting your body, which is kind of your intuition. But here's the thing, your intuitive voice is always talking to you. It's always giving you messages. And to be honest, it is a stretch to start listening to your intuitive voice, and it can sometimes be scary. We just have to practice it. But once we start practicing any of these things that I've talked about, and you start receiving validation for the information that you're hearing from your body, from your intuition, then it becomes easier. And trusting yourself and your guidance and your messages becomes your norm. And to be honest, it becomes your greatest gift and your most fulfilling. And the most fulfilling and greatest relationship is with yourself. And this is what is really going to carry us through now and into the rest of 2025 and beyond, because things are shifting. So look to this card, the Hermit, for help and support, because it doesn't mean we have to be on an island and not get advice from friends and just be alone in this. No, but it does mean to start to tune in, check in on yourself. And then you can check in with others. Ask people how they're doing. Ask people for advice, of course, but you're still always checking in with you. So you really can just start by asking yourself questions and then really making the space to listen deeply for the answers. Making space to actually hear the answers to your questions. So they might come in as visuals. They might come in as strong body feelings. They might come in an audible way. It'll be different for everybody, and you'll find out. So just remember this. It's a practice, tuning into your intuition, dropping deeper into your own self-awareness, working with energetic tools. And some of you might have a bunch of tools in your bag already, and start to pull those out again. And if you need tools, you find people with the tools. So that can be friends, that could be professionals, that could be nature, it could be children. What we look at is very, very important now. So I know we're all drawn to our phones and the media and the noise, and it's hard to put that aside. No one's expecting us to put it completely aside. But what we can do is to put it aside for times of the day so that we can tune back into ourselves. Because guaranteed, if you're looking at that nonstop all day long, you will be confused and you will be scared. Because honestly, it's not all the story, right? It's not that it's not real and it's not happening. It's just not the totality of the story. There's more happening here, and you have the power to direct your attention. Do not forget that. Okay, everybody. I'm wishing all of you deep, deep, deep love and awareness. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm sending out a new one in March that goes down and into the second energy center, where we drop down and in there and through meditation, through a guided meditation. And I've already done the February meditation, which was our first energy center, and I will continue to go through the rest of the year with one energy center a month. And this is a great way to start helping tune in to your energetic self and creating quiet time when you can be guided. If you don't know how to do it, this is a great way to do it. So you can sign up through my website, energyalliance.com, or you can email me at energyalliance23@gmail.com, or you can message me here on YouTube or Instagram. And I'm sending lots of love to you. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.